Hello and welcome to another episode of Soap Goes to the Oscars. This is episode 90. Crazy. And I'm recording on June 14th, 2025. The movie this time is You Can't Take It With You. I watched it on June 8th, 2025 on the Internet Archive. So this is the outstanding production winner for 1938. That's the final film. Finally. This one took a while. So the last round took me 29 days. The 1937 Oscars took me 29 days to watch. The 1938 Oscars took me 72 days. And so I started on March 28th, finished on June 8th. Technically, I didn't watch the snub movie until the 12th, so you could add that in, but I'm not going to. When I started this, I was in the middle of remodeling a bathroom that still took me a couple more weeks after this. And then the whole month of April, every weekend was busy with weddings and bachelor parties. And then May had a few things. June, our daughter just graduated. So it's been a busy couple of months. I'm hoping to get through the next round a little quicker. Anyway, let's see some numbers here before we go. So again, this was 1938. It's the 11th Oscar ceremony. They still called it Outstanding Production. This movie, as I said, was on the Internet Archive, so it did not cost me anything. So my total cost for this round of Oscars was $29.26. The average was $2.93. There's 10 movies. So, and then if we look at total spent up to this point, $267.12 with an average of $3 a movie. I still don't think that's bad. So add in the DVD player that I bought, $2.99 with an average of $3.36 per movie. And so far, and this is not including snubbed movies, but for the main Oscar winners or Oscar nominees, I've watched 9,200 minutes of movies, which is 153 hours and 20 minutes. And I've now watched 88 movies total. This is the 90th episode, but if you've been listening, have you? There were two movies that are just not available to watch anywhere. So I have 90 episodes because I did record podcasts for those two, but I've only watched 88 episodes, which as of the current total of 610 movies, that's 14.43% of the movies watched. I gotta step it up. My goal for this year was to watch 100 of these, including snubbed movies. And so far, I have watched 33. So I'm a third of the way, but we're almost halfway through the year. So I gotta pick it up. Problem is, this next round includes Gone with the Wind, which is the longest movie on the list. So we'll see how it goes. The next round, the average length is 2 hours. This round, the average length was 105 minutes, 106 minutes. All that aside, I finally finished 1938, and we'll move on to the movie. So the movie is You Can't Take It With You, which is a 1938 American romantic comedy film directed by Frank Capra, starring Jean Arthur, Lionel Barrymore, James Stewart, and Edward Arnold. Adapted by Robert Riskin from the Pulitzer Prize-winning 1936 play of the same name by George S. Kaufman and Moss Hart. The film is about a man from a family of rich snobs who becomes engaged to a woman from a good-natured but decidedly eccentric family. A critical and commercial success, the film received 2 Academy Awards, Best Picture and Best Director for Frank Capra. This was Capra's 3rd Oscar for Best Director in just 5 years, following It Happened One Night and Mr. Deeds Goes to Town. It was also nominated for Best Supporting Actress for Spring Byington, Best Writing, Screenplay, Robert Riskin, Best Cinematography, Joseph Walker, Best Film Editing, Gene Havlick, Best Sound Recording, Columbia Studio Sound Department, John P. Lividary, Sound Director. Also produced by Frank Capra, cinematography Joseph Walker, blah blah blah. Music Dimitri Tomkin, production company and distributed by Columbia Pictures. Releases August 23rd, 1938 was the International Press Review. September 1st, 1938, New York City. September 29th, 1938, US. Runtime of 126 minutes. So I forgot to bring my notebook with me or have my notebook with me. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I had it with me for this one. I guess it was the next one that I forgot it. But the only note I wrote is this one is wacky. Wacky. And it was wacky. It was kooky. It was funny. What did I give it? I gave it 3.5 stars on Letterboxd. I did like it. It was just, I guess it wasn't what I expected. I wasn't expecting more of like a comedy to win. And this was a good round of Oscars. Grand Illusion, I gave 4 stars. The Citadel, I didn't like. I gave that 2.5. Test Pilot, 3.5. Alexander's Ragtime Band, 3.5. Jezebel, 3. Four Daughters, 4.5. Boys Town, 3.5. Pygmalion, 3.5. Adventures of Robin Hood, 3. So aside from the Citadel, I liked all of these movies a lot, with Four Daughters being my favorite. And I have to go back and since it took me so long to watch these, I have to go back and look because I don't necessarily remember exactly how I felt at 2 months ago when I watched it. So 1.5 months ago. But overall, this one was pretty good. Good cast, some faces that have popped up again from previous movies, like Lionel Barrymore. He was in a couple this round. Jimmy Stewart, and just overall a fun one. I wouldn't say it was best picture out of this list. I didn't like it the best, but I get why. A lot of times in the old days, here these big sort of ensemble movies. They're either sort of like biopics or big ensemble movies with big actors of the day that tend to win. But I'm not mad that this one won. It was very good. It was just not my favorite of the list. But it was, it was rated right along with, I rated it right along with several of the others. Production in 1937, Harry Cohn of Columbia Pictures bought the film rights of the original play for $200,000. After seeing actor James Stewart portray a sensitive, heart-grabbing role in MGM's Navy Blue and Gold, Frank Capra cast Stewart for the role of the leading male actor, Tony Kirby, to fit his concept of idealized America. Barrymore's infirmity was incorporated into the plot of the film. His character was on crutches the entire movie, which was said to be due to an accident from sliding down the banister. In reality, it was due to his increasing arthritis. Earlier in the year, he had been forced to withdraw from the movie A Christmas Carol. Yeah, so, I mean, it was the winner. I don't have a lot more to say about it. I didn't take good notes when I was watching it, so whatever my thoughts might have been while I was watching it, I don't remember off the top of my head right now. So anyway, that is all I have for this one. Stay tuned next episode for the snubbed movie from 1938. And then we'll be moving on to the 1939 Oscars. That's exciting. Are you excited? I am. Anyway, I'll see you next time.